When it comes time to work with video on your website, there are two basic approaches that you can take. The first one is to have the video actually on your server with your host provider and present your videos directly from your server. The other way is to simply link to or embed videos that you may have uploaded and hosted with other websites like YouTube or SmugMug. And there are advantages and disadvantages to both methods. If you are hosting your videos on another website like YouTube, it's very convenient to work with this system because you can upload any resolution video and they will put it through their system and create several different versions of your video based on people's connection speed. They can choose which size and quality that they want to watch. And this is very convenient for people who may not understand how to encode their video or resize their video to be able to stream it from their own websites. However, when you are working with third-party websites for your video, there will be some downsides. There may be some branding that appears on the video that you don't want or appreciate. There may be some advertising associated with that video. You may be limited on how long the video can be. And so that is why a lot of organizations prefer to host or stream their own videos from their own host provider, from their own servers. Now, there are some downsides also to streaming from your own host provider, especially if you're on a shared server account. In fact, many host providers won't even let you stream video if you are on one of their shared server accounts. But if you are with Pacific Host or the InMotion hosting that we recommend, they do allow you to stream video from even your shared server accounts. However, you must remember that when you are on a shared server, you may be competing for resources. There may be as many as 2,000 other websites on that one computer. And if any one of those 2,000 websites is hogging resources, what may happen is your visitor, when they come in and click on your video, it won't play. Or if it does, it stops and stutters because there are so many other people on your server that are also using demanding applications. Now, that is not to say that it won't work. Both Pacific Host and InMotion do their best to be able to allow clients on their shared server programs to be able to stream video. But if you are serious about showing video on your website, if you're an organization that is doing their promotion or advertising, or if you're a fundraising organization that wants to show their promotional videos and fundraising videos, you really should try and get at least onto a VPS server account, if not a dedicated server to show your videos. Now, in this video tutorial series, the CMS skills, we're going to work with both ways, not only from your own server, but streaming videos from, say, YouTube. And in this tutorial, where we're showing you how to run videos using the RokBox extension, we are going to focus in on how to stream video, how to share video that is hosted on your own server. So the very first thing to concerned about or to consider is, have your videos been resized and encoded to a very low bit rate so that they will be able to stream on your website from your host without too many stuttering problems. And in order to do that, especially when you consider that your visitors come from a wide variety of connection speeds, the thing that you need to be concerned about is the bit rate of your video. Has your video been resized and re-encoded to a low bit rate so that it will have no problem streaming from your website? And the way that you can tell the bit rate is just to open up the folder that contains your videos, and then just click on the video that you want to. Down at the very bottom of your Windows Explorer, you will see information about the video. The name of the video, the length of the video, the size, the frame width. And if you're not seeing much more information than that, just try scrolling out and down and you'll see more information. Here we've got the frame width and height. And so that gives us the size of the video. And if you keep scrolling out, you should get more information. And the information that we're most concerned about is the total bit rate of your video. When you combine the audio and the video together, what is the total bit rate? And right now we're only seeing the data rate. That's the bit rate of your video. You need to keep stretching this out, and you should get the total. Here it is here, total bit rate. And we see that the total bit rate for this video is 1504 kilobits per second. And that bit rate should stream well for most people today with what would be called a high-speed internet connection. Dial-up would probably still have a problem with that bit rate. But if they're on any type of modern-day connection, they should be able to stream that video. If you get up to 3,000 or 4,000 kilobits per second, then you're going to start running into problems where your clients are going to, or many of your visitors at least, will have some stops and stutters. And all of this is dependent a little bit upon how busy the internet is, how far away they are from your server. There's many different factors that affect whether or not your videos will play. But for the most part, if they are in a developed country and they're on a high-speed internet connection, you should be fine with anything up to, even 2,000 kilobits per second. What I like to do is provide people an option. You may have noticed here, even at Joomla Skills, that I have a high-res, well, we call it high-res version and a low-res version of the same video, so that people with slower connections, if they're having problem with the high-speed one or the high-resolution one, they can try running the low-resolution one, and that gives people with slower connections at least an option. So, for example, here I have the same video in a version that is not only smaller, but is encoded at a lower bit rate. And when you do encode to a lower bit rate, it does help to make the video smaller. And so that way you still get fairly good quality. But if we check the information on this low resolution version of the video, we see that the total bit rate is only 650 kilobits per second. And so even people on a rather slow connection, or maybe in Africa somewhere, may be able to actually watch that video. And some of you might be asking, well, that's great and everything, but how do I resize my video like that, and how do I encode it to lower bit rates like that? I'm just not sure how to do that. Well, if you've had your video prepared by a professional organization, they should have provided you with web resolution versions of your video, included in their contract. These days, if a video producer is not providing you with that as part of your deal with them, then you need to switch video producers, because it's a very simple process that a video producer can run your videos through. It only takes a few minutes to set that up, and they should be providing you with that service for no additional fees. It really is that simple. But it's kind of beyond the scope of this tutorial to show you how to encode videos or re-encode videos. Perhaps at a later date we'll create a whole module of lessons to show you how to work with video, how to encode video to different sizes and bit rates. But for now, let's just assume that you have a web resolution versions of your video, and you'll be able to drop those in. If you don't have them currently, you should be able to contact your video producer and have him or her run web versions of your video for you and send them to you. All right, what's our next step? Well, our next step is actually to upload the videos from our computer to our server. And I would say that you can do that from the back end of Joomla. There's what's called a media manager here under content. And in theory, you could upload your video this way. However, there are limitations that come with this, and that is that there may be a file size limit. set up by your server as to how large a file can be that you upload. And you might be able to contact the support of your server, your host provider, and have them up this to a much higher. You might even need to have them set it to 500 megabytes, because some of your videos might be as large as 500 megabytes if it's a long video. And they might even be hesitant, depending on the server program that you have. They might be hesitant to change this to 500 megabytes for you. So the Media Manager really isn't the best option when it comes to uploading large files. You need to take another approach. And that's why we recommend uploading files using an FTP program. And a really excellent free FTP program for Windows is FileZilla. And if you're not quite sure how to work with FTP programs, it really is something that you should learn. And we have actually a lesson here at Joomla Skills on how to get FileZilla and how to work with FileZilla to upload your files. It's under the free skills module, and here it is here, working with an FTP program. And this really is a valuable skill to learn as you start to work with websites, how to work with FTP programs. So once you know how to do that, just log on to your server using your FTP program. And let's go into public HTML. And let's create a new folder. In FileZilla, you can just go up to the file that doesn't have any name associated with it, and just right-click there and choose Create Directory. And let's make a new folder on our server called Videos. And so now with our new folder up on our server, we can click on that, and now we can drop our videos into this open panel here, and they will upload from our computer to our server. We're going to upload two versions of this video, a low resolution version with a low bit rate, and then also we're going to go after a higher resolution video with a little higher bit rate, and just drop that into our panel. Another advantage of working with FTP programs is that they are going to upload your files much faster. You'll notice I'm uploading two streams at once here, and both of them are averaging over 1 megabyte per second. And that can be very helpful if your videos, in this case, you can see that one of them is 89 megabytes. Well, if you were trying to upload this from Media Manager, it might take a lot longer. All right, both of our videos are now loaded up to the videos folder on our server. And now we're ready to hook into those two videos by creating an article in Joomla that will link to those videos. Now, we should say that you do need to have some video player installed into your Joomla program. There's no program that comes by default that will let you play videos in your Joomla program. Now, when we installed our Joomla package for this series, you remember we used a template from Rocket Theme, and we used their Rocket Launcher to install the Joomla package as well as some sample data. Well, when we did upload that sample data, during that process, we actually did upload a video player from Rocket Theme. It's called RokBox. And if we go to, under extensions, if we go to our plugin manager, we'll see these plugins. Let's display all. We'll see that these plugins are installed into our Joomla system. We just need to go and make sure that they are published, or they won't work. What we're looking for is a system RokBox. And as we go across, we see that it is green, and so it is published. Let's just go into it. There's one change I want to make to this. Just click on it. Since we're working with a darker theme or darker version of our template, I'm going to change this preset theme from clean to dark. Okay, and then I'm just going to save that. Save and close that. The other thing I want to check is another plugin that's associated with RokBox called Content RokBox. And as we look across, we see that that one is also published. If you're not seeing these two plugins in your plugin manager, it means that RokBox, for whatever reason, has not been installed into your Joomla package, and you'll need to get these before you can show videos using the Rocket theme system. But the good news is that RokBox is a free extension. Even if you have not signed up for one of their templates, you can download and install the RokBox extension into your Joomla package and use it. So if you don't have it, go to Rocket Theme, go to Extensions, click on the link that says See All Joomla Extensions, and the one that you want to get is RokBox. Okay, and then just download that and install it in the normal way on your Joomla package. And once you have those installed and published, you're ready to create an article. Just go up to Add New Article. All right, so first thing to do is to add a title. And then once I've got the title, we need to pop this into a category. And we're going to stick it in the video category. And then we can start plugging in our little article. Actually, I think I'll put my image in first. With the cursor flashing inside of your text editor, just if you want to put an image in at the top of your article. And just find the image on your hard drives and just drop it in. Make sure it's resized to the size that you want it for the display in the article, and then hit upload. And then click on it once, add some alternate text. And since this will be an image at the top of our article, we don't need to worry about alignment. We can just hit the insert button and click on the image and center it up. And now we can add some text. We see the little cursor flashing beside the image at the bottom of the image. Let's just hit enter a couple of times on the keyboard before we bring our text in from Notepad. And I like to have it a little larger font, so we'll make that 12 points. And let's hit enter a couple of times so we have some space before we add the code for our video link. We need to create a link that will tell Joomla where the video is and which one to play and how to start it. Now, you might be asking, why can't we just use our link feature of the JCE editor and create a link to the place where our videos are stored on our server? Well, if you did that, you'd be bypassing the video player, the RokPad video player, and there's a good chance the video wouldn't play. So we need to work through the system so that you can use the RokBox video player to show your videos. And if you want to find out what type of code to put in here, if you want to study what needs to be entered here and your various options, it's a good idea to go to the RokBox extension site at Rocket Theme and click on documentation. And there they have quite a large article on the various types of things that you can use to create code to play your videos in a variety of ways. Because of the time constraints that we have in a lesson like this, a tutorial like this, what we're going to do is we're just going to show you the code that we normally use to run videos using RokBox, and perhaps do a little explanation on each of the parts of this code. Now, what we're looking at here is actually just a copy-paste from another video that I have on some other website. And so as we go through this and explain what each of these does, we'll change this to work with the video that we have just uploaded. Now, the very first part of all of this, the play video : is actually text that appears in your video. You've probably noticed this at our Joomla Skills website. We've got at the bottom of our description of the video, we've got a text that says play video. It's not a link, it's just actual text. And so here you could really type in any text that you want. and make it any color that you want. And that'll display in your article. But then next to it, you'll see that the code starts, and you've got your little curly bracket here. Then you type in RokBox size. And here is where you let RokBox know the size of your video. And if you don't get this right, your video is going to look probably a little bit funny. It's maybe not going to be in the correct proportions. It may be blown out of proportion and look really bad because it may be set here as much larger than the actual size that your video has been resized to. And you remember how you can find out that information is just by going to Windows Explorer, find the place where your video is being stored, click on it once, and then down at the bottom of your window, that information will be displayed along with a lot of other information about your video. You'll have the frame width and height of this particular version of the video that you uploaded to your server. So just make a note of the size here of your video, and then you can go back to your article and just change that information so that it matches up with the video that you uploaded. So it's 490 in width and 270 in height. And that will tell RokBox to start up a video player that is in these dimensions, and that way your video should play, it'll look the best. And now the next section is actually the text link that people click on in order to start the video. And you'll probably notice this. Remember this from the Joomla skills articles. You have these links that you can click on, either a slow connection or a fast connection to start your video. Well, that's what this is all about here. This text equals, and then this up and down bar again, which is actually the shift backslash key. And then type in whatever text you want to prompt people to click on it. Doesn't have to be slow connection. You can type in anything that you want there to get people to start the video. And then close this in the proper way, with the up and down character, and then a closed curly brackets. Now the next section tells RokBox where on your server you are storing the video. When I set this up on my server, I created a folder called videos, and that's where I uploaded the videos to. So that's why I'm displaying it here. If you called your folder something else, then you need to type in what you called your folder here so that RokBox will find your video. So then backslash, and then the name of the video with its proper extension. And RokBox plays most types of video. Now, if your video producer has provided you with a version of the video that is actually MP4, I'm not sure that RokBox plays those. There have been times in the past when they haven't. So if your MP4 video doesn't work, there's a quick, easy workaround to that. Just change the file extension name from MP4 to M4V. So if you are finding that your MP4 videos don't play properly using RokBox, just know that you can change that. And you can change that even inside your FTP program, or even to files that are already uploaded to your server using your FTP program. For example, these videos that we uploaded are MP4 videos, but we can go in our FTP program, click on them, and change that to M4V videos, just changing the extension, and then RokBox will play it for sure. They may have by now upgraded their program. I know that they've just recently released a new version, and so maybe they do play the MP4 videos. But if they don't, know that all you have to do is take an MP4 video and change the file extension to M4V, and then RokBox will play it. So then the next thing I do is I just copy paste right from my server so that I know that I will get the spelling correct. So what I do is I just click on the file on the server, click it a second time, and then just copy paste that whole file name and then change my code on my article. Just highlight that whole file name that is there from a previous video and just replace it with the new file name. And then you see another tag here, another RokBox tag that closes out that argument. You have the opening argument here, the opening curly brackets, and here's where that whole open curly brackets is, and then this is your closed tag for that argument. Notice that it has the slash in front of the RokBox. Okay, and then the second part of this code is actually what shows the alternate version of the video for people with faster video connections. So it's exactly the same as the top, just has a little bit different information. The size of the video is different. And so I need to check and see what the size is for my high-res version of this video. I'll go to the high-res version folder, click on that, check the information. I see it's 640 by 380. So that's what I just need to change out here, 640 by 380. Okay, and then the text that I have here is fine, the fast connection. It's again going to the videos folder on my server. And now I just need the name of the high-res version of that video. So I'll go back and open up my FTP program and do the same thing. Just click on that, click on it a second time, and then I can just copy that file name and paste it into my code here. Okay, and then that's all there is to it. For tagging your video to be able to play with the RokBox player. We can go up and save this. Let's save and close. And now we need to create a new menu in order to be able to link to that. So let's go to main menu and choose new menu item. And this time when we select the menu item type, let's go with category list. This is a new one that we haven't used yet, and it'll seem a little bit funny the first time that we use this for just one article. You wouldn't normally choose category list for just one video, and if that's the only thing that you're ever going to play is one video, you'd probably want to approach this in a different way. But if you're putting up 10, 15 videos, here's a good option, or at least this is one good options to have for your visitors, is a nice listing of all of your videos to play. So let's use category list, and then we'll choose a menu title, and I think in this case we'll just call it videos. And then one more step is to go over here and choose a category, and we'll choose the video categories because that's where we put our video, is in that video category. And that should be all we need to do to create our new menu item. Let's save and close this. And we have a very interesting error popping up here. This is the first time I've seen this. What has happened is the title that we chose for our menu title happens to be the same as what we called our folder to drop our videos in. And it's not liking the fact that we want to create a menu title that has the same name as one of our main folders on our Joomla installation. Fortunately, that's a quick fix. I'm going to go to my FTP program here, and you can just click on it and rename that. So, and I'll just add a little prefix to it, something like PS videos. And then let's try saving this again. Save and close. It seems happier, but now we're going to have to actually go back to our article and make that change inside of our code. So then we'll just change this from videos to PS videos. And down here as well. Save that and we should be good. Now let's go view our site. And now we see that not only we have a new menu item showing up called videos, but when we click on it, that will take us to a category list. And right now it looks a little funny because there's only one title in our category list, but as we populate the website with 20 or 30 videos, this will look more appropriate. And before we're finished with this website, we will come up with a number of different ways that people can navigate to the videos to play them. But here is one way from this menu item and then showing a list. So let's click on our link. And this brings us to the article and invites people to play the video. And if they're on a slow connection, they can have that option. And with RokBox, everything... Let's put this on pause. With RokBox, you'll notice the way it works is the whole website goes dark, and that features your video a little better. I always like to display either my photographs or video with a darker background, and that just brings the eye's attention. It focuses it in on the media. And if they have a faster connection, they'll get a little larger video. And one that is perhaps just a little higher quality. Well, I know that we've run long on this lesson, but I hope that that gives you some good ideas of how to work with video on your website using RokBox from Rocket Theme.